So are you shorting the market as we just pumped, or are you buying the dip? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a super quick market update. So what in the world happened today, especially just a few minutes ago, where the Nasdaq market went from lows of 578 to highs of 586 in literally just a few minutes. Now we're beginning to curl on over, but again, no one knows how to predict the future. So again, the idea of going long makes sense just as much as the idea of possibly going short. Well, what exactly is happening right now? Let me go ahead and explain. The reason we saw such a sharp push, and again, I'll call it out when, again, it is, but it wasn't because of Trump this time. It was because Iran is drafting up a protocol with Oman for the Hormuz Strait traffic. So it looks like now they're beginning to work on the potential logistics of reopening up the Strait of Hormuz. This is good news, right? Obviously, it's not that they've actually come to a conclusion or they have something set. It's pretty much that they're open to the idea of drafting up a protocol, right, as explained, which again is just bringing excitement into the market. So yes, from a huge, I think the markets were down. Yeah, they lost nearly $1 trillion. Nasdaq was down 2%. $830 billion was wiped from the market since it opened. And we went break even. Now the markets are slightly in the red. Again, it shouldn't really surprise you. It was a huge push up. Could have been an overreaction, possibly. Our LPP team, a lot of our traders are opening up an intraday short. That's what I just did right now. I like being open with you guys. I don't recommend it for beginners. This is a day trade, not a position that we're going to hold over the 3-day weekend, right? 3-day weekend. Stock market is closed tomorrow in observance to Good Friday. So please make sure that you are aware of that you don't end up bag holding a position today that just didn't play out the way that you wanted it to. And then you start off next week with the same bad trade. Right? If it's intentional and you're investing into a company and that's your intention, then great. Just watch your position size, make sure that you're not leveraged, and understand that there could be more downside than potential upside in the short term. But remember, it's all about timeline, right? Who cares about a potential retracement right now or maybe for the next few weeks, right? As Trump made it very clear yesterday, we still possibly have 2 to 3 weeks when it comes down to what is going on in Iran. And that's what he said. Often we do stay a little bit longer. So it wouldn't be surprised if it does even end up exceeding the 2 to 3 weeks. But we'll see how things continue to develop. I just wanted you to understand what drove markets higher. If you tuned on in today's live trading session, when markets began to test support, right? My concern was if you didn't watch today's live trading session, I would encourage you to go back and watch it, right? If you're not part of my LPP team yet, it's the second link in the description down below. I go live every morning, and the really useful part about this is not just because you get to watch me trade live with the trades I take during that session, but also it's the thought process. A lot of you guys know that I like shorting the market, but markets were already down 2%. And that's exactly what I highlighted, where I was kind of bothered that all of this gap down movement happened overnight. By the time the markets opened, we were already consolidating and markets were already down 2%. A lot of people think or assume that, hey, markets are red, they're down 2%. It's going to go lower. What? Markets have been finding and looking for any reason to recover. So I played it safe. I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see if markets begin to recover. So if they become overbought enough, I can re-enter a short. I had no expectation, right? I can't predict the future. I'm just like you guys. I'm here to pay attention to the news and to react. But because we stayed patient and markets began to pump, it wasn't perfect. My entry was by far from perfect, but I was able to get in at a much better price level. Now we're overbought. I'm positioned very well, and I'm excited to add more, right? Add more when direction becomes favorable, and only if direction becomes favorable. Because if the Nasdaq market, right, another tweet gets sent from Trump this time and it sends markets even higher, I'm just going to have to manage risk. And that's okay, right? But again, if you go back and rewatch today's session, the biggest thing that we focused on today was that yes, markets were bearish, at the open, but we didn't make new lows. And from when we opened, the markets began to consolidate and indicate signs of a recovery. There were such strong signs of buying pressure with aggressive higher highs and higher lows. And anytime the market began to kind of pull back a little bit, it would quickly recover and produce another leg up. And to me, the signs were there that there was excitement to buy the dip in the market, which again, the market is technically on the larger time frames a little bit on the oversold side, right? Markets have pulled back a nice amount. Some people might view it as a dip buy opportunity, and we have to entertain that, especially with how delicate they are to all these different updates, tweets, and just news-based events that's happening in the Middle East. They're looking for any reason to push markets higher, right? Look for signs of de-escalation. Look for progress of potential reopening the Strait of Hormuz to just overall traffic. As of right now, we're paying very close attention to the Nasdaq market on the 5-minute time frame. And I'm just asking myself a very simple question, right? Are we seeing progress into the downside? And if so, I'll add more to my short. Or are we seeing progress into the upside? And if we begin to make new highs, I'm just going to accept it, cut losses, and move on with the rest of my day. That's all. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. It's not that deep. To me, this is just a risk to reward play. It's an overbought reversal with very decent downside and, in my opinion, very minimal upside in the sense of I'm shorting, so the upside is the risk. It follows my 3-to-1 ratio criteria, and it just makes sense. I'm keeping my trading simple. I'm not leveraged. I am watching my position size and my exposure to make it easier that if the trade does go against me, I can quickly manage it. And again, these are all things that we literally talked about in today's live trading session. I think the biggest mistake or issue with beginners is they see all of this action happening, but they can't digest it. They can't make sense of it. They don't understand what to do. It becomes too overwhelming. And that's exactly what these live sessions are meant for. It's to be able to take what it is that's happening in the market and not trade it perfectly, because no one can do that, but to try to not overreact, to not just overtrade or trade something that doesn't actually meet your criteria, and actually be intentional and calculated with the opportunities that you choose to take. And again, if this is ever something that you want to be a part of, it's the second link in the description down below. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access. We have members that signed up back in 2018 that still get to watch me trade live today, and they only paid once. So whenever you're ready, second link down below. I appreciate your guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing Thursday. Remember, markets are closed tomorrow, so you guys let me know. As markets have gapped up, are you bullish on the markets and going long? Or as a day trade, are you open to the idea of shorting? But again, remember, beginners, you definitely should not be shorting, as it comes at a greater form of risk. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.